Alright, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for video number 2 on your Friday evening, July the 14th, 2023. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this channel, my other channels. You know where they are, down there in my pants. And don't forget to hit the bell and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn thing. And if you do, not too bad for you. That's pretty much it. Alright, check out my first video that I did earlier, talking about Ryback and him going completely berserk and everything, and just check it out. Link will be down below in the description box on the Peter Joseph channel. So check it out, leave a comment, do whatever the fuck you want. And that's pretty much it. Alright, on video number 2 on your Friday evening, it is time for your late and out-of-date Ring of Honor TV review for July the 13th, 2023. We're still in that shithole country of Canada, but hopefully soon. Well, this is the pre-ultimate to the, well, not pre go-home show before next Friday's Death Before Dishonor event from Trenton, New Jersey. So we'll be back in the States after next week. So this is the pre-go-home show. Next week will be the official the go-home show. I'm sorry. I'll get it out of my mouth. That's what she said. But in any case, so next week is the go-home show before Death Before Dishonor. And this week was the pre-go-home show. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. We got SmackDown coming up in 45 minutes. Got some good stuff. We got a US title invitational tournament tonight to see who faces Austin Theory at SummerSlam. Most likely it'll be Sheamus, but we'll see what happens with that. Also, we got Bianca Belair. She plays with her hair. That's actually her hair. She's Bianca Belair. Taking on my first wife. Oh, the love of my life. Next to Rosa, of course. And that's Asuka. Defending the the WWE Women's Championship against Bianca. We'll see what happens with that. I still think it's going to be a triple threat. So, Horseface Charlotte will probably get involved. Nothing will happen. Probably either a DQ finish. I don't see a title change, or even if Asuka wins. It would be nice if Asuka wins, but I do smell some chicanery from Horseface Charlotte Flair, and that will lead into their match at SummerSlam, which I hope Asuka wins, and then we get Asuka versus Io. If Io would cash in at SummerSlam, that'd be nice, but I'd rather let it simmer. Get the promos going, those great promos, and let's do it at Payback, or maybe at Fastlane in October. But we'll see what happens with that. Let me move on. So that's tonight on SmackDown. Rampage. We'll see what happens on Rampage. I don't even know what's happening on Rampage. Don't even care. Then we got Collision on Saturday. Should be a good show. The finals of the Owen Hart tournament. And that's going to be good. That's going to be epic. And we'll see what happens with that on Collision. And Battle of the Belts as well after Collision. So we'll see what happens with that. And we move on with that. With everything else. So lots of stuff to get to this weekend. I got 4 more videos to do. I got SmackDown I'm going to do later tonight on this channel. Then I'm going to do Rampage tomorrow afternoon. Then Collision and Battle of the Belts late Saturday night. Get those out of the way because Sunday I will be on vacation and on my mental health break. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So after late Saturday night, you won't see my sexy face for about a couple weeks. So, sorry guys. Sorry, trolls. But I know they will be anxiously awaiting my epic return. But fuck them and fuck everything else. And that's all I gotta say about that. In any case, let's get to your Ring of Honor review. Let's not waste any more time that I already wasted. I wasted 5 minutes of your precious time that you'll probably never get back. But in any case, Ring of Honor last night was okay. Got some interesting stuff coming out of that. Mark Briscoe, the funky chicken himself, was supposed to face Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor World title at Death Before Dishonor. Well, that match is now scrapped because Mark suffered a knee injury. He will be getting surgery, which sucks. So that means he'll probably be out at least for maybe the rest of this year. Maybe he may come back at Final Battle, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. So that kind of sucks for Mark. I thought that they were going to give Mark the belt finally, but I guess we'll have to wait a few more months for that. And now Claudio is on a training sabbatical. So I guess he will not defend the belt at Death Before Dishonor unless something changes between now and next week. But we got that. We have a TV title tournament to see who faces Samoa Joe at Death Before Dishonor. So we will talk about that in a little bit. And that's it. All right, let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. So as always, our commentary team of Ian Bonnie, the Pasta, Caprice Coleman, and my good friend Nigel McGuinness on commentary. So before we get to the action, we go to the back with Matt Sydal, and he's talking, I believe it was Renee, I think it was Lexi or Renee, I get a mix. Sometimes Renee would do Ring of Honor, because I tape it with Dynamite now, usually. So I think it was Renee Paquette with Matt Sydal, and he wants to fight the Machine, Brian Cage. And then Brian Cage comes in with my good friend Prince Nana, the real Prince of the Prophecy. I think Matt Sydal has a death wish, and Brian Cage took him up on it and said, well, you want to fight me? Get 2 friends and we'll fight it out in a 6-man tag later on. So, we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get to match number 1, a squash match and a half. I didn't time it, I didn't care. We got Serpentico basically getting destroyed by Big Cass. He's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And Big Cass basically ripped this guy's head off and ate it, per se. Beat his ass, hit the choke slam, 1, 2, 3. This match shouldn't even been on the program. Should not have even been booked and even on the program. This was a waste of like a minute or 2. I'm like, come on, Tony, what are you doing? Give us some good action, not bleh. So I gave that a dud. 0. And that's pretty much it. So, didn't care for that match. Alright. Then we go to match number 2. Another squash match. We had Athena, the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, taking on Ava Lawless. Another indie darling, rookie, whatever you want to call it. Another win for Ember Moon. I don't even know how many wins she has. I think she's getting really close to 100 wins as, in Ring of Honor as champ. She's been champ for a very long, since Final Battle, 7 months now. I mean, can we give her somebody? Please? Well, it could probably be Willow after tonight because Athena's facing Willow in the semifinals of the Owen Hart tournament. And then the winner will face Ruby Soho on Collision tomorrow night in the finals. So it's probably most likely going to be Willow. And remember what happened last week, or earlier this week, I think it was on Dynamite, or last week, I forget when it was. Ember entertained the idea of giving Willow Nightingale a Ring of Honor women's title shot if she beats her on Friday night. So I think that we'll see Ember Moon taking on Willow Nightingale. Finally, some competition for Athena. Will she lose the title? That remains to be seen. I hope she does, but because it's gone on for too long. She's getting a Jade Cargill-like run here. It needs to end. But anyway, so Athena beats Ava Lawless with a big boot and then a crossface. Bing, bang, boom, good night. Didn't give two shits. And that's pretty much it. So I gave that a dud. Another dud. This show was not good until like near the end of the show, but I'll get to that in a minute. And we move on. Alright, match number 3, 6-man tag team action. We had the Righteous of Vincent and Dutch and Stu Grayson taking on Levi Knight, Levi Knight, Michael Allen Richard Clark, indie darling by the way, and Evan Rivers. This was another crap fest. 3 matches in a row, really 4 matches in a row. Garbage fucking squash matches, Tony. What are you doing here? Why do you put the good stuff at the end? I mean, last week you kind of broke it up with the crappy matches and the squash matches in between. But you had 8 matches here. The first 4 were garbage. That's why I gave this rating I'm gonna give right down the middle there, like Bill Alfonso. 5 out of 10. It was garbage. The first half was garbage, Tony. Oh my god. But anyway, the Righteous and Stu Grayson get the win. After we got a swanton from Vincent, the big bus man slam the Abyss, black hole slam on Rivers. And then Nightfall on, guess who? Levi Knight. And then they hit a triple sit-out flipping powerbomb to Michael Allen Richard Clark. Why can't you just call yourself Michael Clark? Anyway, bing, bang, boom. This was over. Another dud. Another 0. Didn't give two shits. Evil Uno was on the stage watching. He takes the chair and cracks Evan Rivers in the back, and then he gives Vincent the chair. That's something to look at. Maybe Evil Uno was gonna break away from the Dark Order next, be with Stu Grayson and his Super Smash Bros. Partner, former PWG Tag Team Champions, by the way. So I think they're getting rid of almost like every stable almost right now. The Jericho Appreciation Society is kind of broken up now, per se. The Wingsman gone, and now the Dark Order is disintegrating into the Beaver Boys now. Johnny Hungy and Alex Reynolds. That's the only 2 left. Well, unless you want to count -1. 11 years old, -1? I mean, I guess he doesn't count, so. He does, for Brody Lee, great man that he is, purposes, but still. The Dark Order is history. It needs to just end. I think if Evil Uno turns heel and he breaks away from them, the Dark Order is dead. What was a great faction, led by Evil Uno at one point, and then Brody Lee comes in, made it even better, but then sadly he passed away a couple years ago. Basically, after he died, the Dark Order was done. Disintegrated. Colt Cabana, bye. Preston Vance, gone. Allen Angels went to Impact. They recruited Hangman Page for a little bit, but what happened to him? Goes back to the Elite. Stu Grayson goes to the Righteous. Only 3 members left, dude. But now, it's about to be 2. The Dark Order is history, ladies and gentlemen. It is history. And that's it. And that's it. So like I said, I gave that a dud. And then the final dud of the night. More women's action. The return of legit Layla Hirsch, who came back, I believe, last week. She takes on Bambi Hall, who wrestled last week against Julia Hart to get some seasoning, so we don't know who she is. Canada's own Bambi Hall. Really did nothing in this match as well. Another squash match. Layla Hirsch wins with a straight as fuck armbar. and Bambi tapped really quick. Another 1, 2, almost 3-minute match. Did I say 3 minutes? Garbage fest. The first maybe 25, 30 minutes of the show. I just wanted to get that out of the way so you can have the TV title tournament near the end. Okay, Tony. Okay, that's why this show stunk. I think this is probably, I don't even know what number episode this is. I think it's like 17 maybe, but this is probably the worst episode of Ring of Honor TV since it came back. Since Ring of Honor came back. And now it's on Honor Club if you have Ring of Honor membership. But if you want to watch it on your very old computer, you don't have Honor Club, you can watch it on watchwrestling.ch or whatever it is. Just look it up, you can find it. For free. You don't have to pay whatever it is, $9.99 or whatever Honor Club is nowadays. I remember back in the day I paid $59.99 for 1 year. 1 year of Ring of Honor TV. Because I had a VIP membership. For others, you had to pay, I believe, $6.99 a month, which was horrible. It was good. $6.99 a month, $7 a month. Freaking $84 a year for you dumb fucks who did that. But for me, I got the VIP treatment because I'm Mr. VIP. And I got Ring of Honor for $60 for I was a member for 4 years. Got instant access to early access to the Hammerstein Ballroom shows. Front row, by the way. And all that good shit. And then after Ring of Honor revamped their website, I was like, I'm not paying this. I wanted to pay, again, $60 a month, and then they changed their prices. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. And we move on with that. Excuse me, I just had something in my mouth. That's what she said. Alright, now we get to the good stuff. Match number 5. The premier athlete, Tony Nese, taking on the Peacock, Dalton Castle, in the first of the TV title tournament. This is the semifinals, because there's only 4 people in it. It was a back-and-forth match. Smart Mark Sterling at ringside. And the boys, the Tate brothers, also at ringside. I liked how Dalton came out and cut a promo while he's walking on the ramp. He cuts a promo. He's like, I'm going to win the tournament. I'm going to get you, Samoa Joe. That was funny. I never saw somebody cut a promo in between going down the aisle. Now, sometimes you do see that. It's like, I'm going to kick your ass, But never for a tournament match like that. I never saw that before. But in any case, like I said, back and forth match they went. We get near the end. Dalton with not 1, not 2, but 3 throws in succession. Then a big deadlift German suplex. Tony Nese tries to roll Dalton up from behind, but the boys send Mark Sterling to the back. Because he tried to get involved, of course, and try to help Tony Nese get the cheap victory. So, the boys send Mark Sterling to the back. Then Dalton Castle kicks out at 2. And then he gets up, hits the bangerang. 1, 2, 3. He goes to the finals of this tournament, where he will face either Shane Taylor, former TV champion, and the captain, Sean Dean. So we'll see what happens with that. But this match, finally, I gave a good rating. And I gave this match, 3 out of 5 stars. And we move on with that. Alright, then we go to the other semifinal match in the TV title tournament. We have former TV champion, longest reigning TV champion in Ring of Honor history, by the way, Shane Taylor of Shane Taylor Productions. He takes on the captain, Sean Dean. Sorry, Sean Dean. I mean, you're a good wrestler and everything, part of the infantry and everything, but you ran into a brick wall. named Shane Taylor. And he wants that TV title back so bad that he lost a couple years ago. I forget to who. But he gets the win after a charging elbow. I thought he would hit Nightmare on Shane Street or something like that. But he didn't hit that. So he hits a basic charging elbow. 1, 2, 3. So he goes to the finals, and I believe that is next week. So Dalton Castle against Shane Taylor to see who faces Samoa Joe the next night at Death Before Dishonor 9 for the TV title. And if I had to pick anybody, I mean, if it's Shane and Samoa Joe, that'd be great. I think Shane might have a little bit of an edge on Joe, but Joe will probably still retain. But Joe versus Dalton, I think, is going to happen. I think that's the marquee match is going to happen. Is Dalton going to win? I don't know. I think Dalton has been a world champion. He's been a 6-man tag team champion. I don't think he has been a TV champion yet. So this might be the trifecta, the Grand Slam, as they say. Well, not the Grand Slam yet. He has to win the Pure title, and he hasn't won that yet. So Dalton might win the Ring of Honor TV title, get it off Joe, who's held it for, I think, since Final Battle as well. But I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Joe will still retain and go on through the rest of the summer until the next pay-per-view, whenever that is. Probably in October. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. But anyway, Shane Taylor and Shawn Dean. Like I said, Shane Taylor gets the win, and he moves on to the finals to face Dalton Castle next week. And that's pretty much it. Alright. Then we go to match number 7, tag team action. We got the Tate brothers taking on the Kingdom of I'm Matt Taven and Michael Bennett, along with the beautiful so-called First Lady of Professional Wrestling, even though she's not, Maria Kanellis Bennett. It was a pretty good match. The boys using their speed to kind of confuse the Kingdom. But in the end, we get an insecurity to Bennett and a straight jacket neck breaker gets into your fall by one of the boys. And then Matt Taven comes in, hits a Spicoli driver to the other Tate brother, boy number 2. And then they hit Just the Tip. Nice name. But on the wrong boy, and I think it was, and then boy number 1 is in, but they hit Rockstar Supernova, their finisher. Really good finisher, by the way. And the Kingdom get the win. Match was decent. 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. And move on. That's it. Alright, then we go to your main event of the evening. For the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team belts. I thought they were going to be defended at Death Before Dishonor. But anyway, we have the Mogul Embassy of Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony, Toa Leoa and Bishop Khan, Kwan, taking on the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, Matt Sydal, and Darius Martin. This was a little bit better match, a little fast-paced match. You know, Prince Nana at ringside, of course, as always. Pretty fast-paced match, but in the end, we got a flying knee to Brian Cage, and then a bottom rope assisted complete shot by Darius Martin. That was sick. And then Matt Sydal goes on top, hits Meteora, but goes for the cover. Bishop Khan breaks it up. They go for Open the Gates, their finisher, but Darius and Christopher Daniels make the save. And then Darius takes Toa Leoa out. Daniels takes out Bishop Kwan. And then Brian Cage is left with Matt Sydal. He hits the discus lariat. Then he picks him up. Hits the drill claw. 1, 2, 3. Still your 6-man tag team champions, the Mogul Embassy. And the match was pretty good. They gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's it for Ring of Honor last night. Bing, bang, boom. It was done in 8 matches. About an hour, a little over an hour show. But still, that first half of the show I did not like. 4 straight squash matches. I could have done without that. But the second half I thought was pretty good. So a tale of two halves for Ring of Honor. And like I said, I gave Ring of Honor right down the middle, daddy, like Bill Alfonso says, 5 out of 10 stars. And that's all I gotta say about that. Leave me your thoughts down below in the comments section. What you guys think of Ring of Honor last night and where they're going forward. So next week we got Dalton Castle against Shane Taylor to see who faces Samoa Joe. We'll see what happens with Athena. I think she's going to face Willow Nightingale for the Ring of Honor Women's title. I think there's going to be a rematch with the 6-man tag team belts. That might change hands. I don't know. I don't know about Shibata defending his Pure Championship. I have to see about that. I don't think he's in the G1. I know the G1 just started, I think. So, I don't think he's in it. So, I might be just taking some time off. And Claudio. We don't know what's going to happen with Claudio for the world title. So Tony Khan has to, rework everything in like the next 8 days, basically. To see next week, I should say. Next 6 days. To get a card finalized. Because this is what Tony Khan does. He hypes matches that we think is going to be on the card, and then we get the actual card like a week or a day before the fucking pay-per-view, which is, I think it's ridiculous for Tony Khan to do that. You can't sell tickets without a card, dude. Come on, Tony. You're smarter than that. I mean, there's no freaking matches for All In England, and they sold almost 80,000 tickets already. That's amazing. No card, 80,000 tickets almost sold. And then you got All Out the following week in Chicago. I don't know when tickets go on sale. I think they probably go on sale now or maybe in a week or two. And that's at the United Center, no card. I don't know how many tickets going to sell. I don't think they're going to sell out the United Center. I mean, Punk will be there, so mostly there'll be like 10,000 people for Punk. But really, I think now until the end of August, Tony Khan needs to start building for All In and All Out. He needs to do that. Because if we get a card 2 weeks away or a week away, I don't think anybody's going to, but besides the people that are going there, 80,000 people, maybe close to 90, who knows? People are not getting invested because there's no backstory on it. There is, but then they start pushing forward with that like a week later. It's like, oh, here's the match. I don't know. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. In any case, once again, 5 out of 10 stars for a really dismal Ring of Honor TV episode last night. But let me know what you thought. Let me know what you think down below, and that's all I got to say about that. So I'm out of here. I'm going to get my ass out of here because I got to go places tonight. So I will be back late tonight, probably about 1 o'clock maybe, with my SmackDown review. And we'll see what happens tonight on SmackDown and Rampage. But I'll do SmackDown tonight, Rampage tomorrow with Collision and Battle of the Belts all tomorrow night. So we get a triple threat of videos tomorrow. And then that's it. I'm out of here. I'm on break for 2 weeks. And that's pretty much for about 2-3 weeks. We'll see what happens with that. But we move on. In any case, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace. And bye-bye.